Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Benefactors, episode 4. When last we left off, Gorilla Man had just been shot and killed, and his powers seemed to have been transferred to Breaker. And due to a disrespectful display and outright uh, disobeying of orders, the henchman was teleported out of the room. So that's what we're going to pick up today with the henchman suddenly reappearing back on that stage that they just fought on in front of the rest of the benefactors. And the first thing you hear is the high evolutionary. And he says, "What do you have to say for yourself?" And as he says that, he puts his hand behind his back and you see him levitating up above the throne, but not the throne, but the large table. And he's coming towards you in your direction. How do you respond?
He's coming towards me. I take a step forward.
So you say nothing.
What do I have to say for myself? Um, I would need you to ask me a real question. What I need more information of what I'm answering here.
He doesn't say anything and he continues levitating towards you in your direction until he's directly in front of you. What do you do?
Stare him down.
Okay. Says, I have a few questions for you.
I might have a few answers.
How many of us benefactors are there here? Do you know?
Well, with Harambe dead over there, that makes 9, right?
Correct. So there are 9 benefactors, not counting Gorilla Man, who you are so disrespectfully dismissing. And how many of you did we bring in here to test with us and possibly join us? Do you remember?
Uh, 12.
Not quite.
Not quite. Hold on. 11.
11.
11. Yeah.
What's 11 minus 10, since you seem to be so mathematically inclined?
11 minus 10.
One.
1.
So what do you think that means? If we're telling you that we are testing you so that we can work with you and that each of us has a gift to work with one of you, what do you think that means?
Somebody might be the odd man out.
That makes sense, doesn't it? You see anybody else in this room?
Just you.
No, I mean, with, we're talking about the ones that we brought here. Is there anybody else in this room besides you?
Nah, just me.
Hey, let me tell you something about me, since not everyone is aware of what I do. I am called the high evolutionary because I was able to turn myself from a exceptional human into a god. All I care about is my experiments. In most cases, I have no emotional attachments to those experiments. However, I realize that in this situation, because we're supposed to be working with other humans, I had to take a different approach. But see, sometimes you have to eliminate or terminate failed experiments. We invited you here to be a part of a team. Admittedly, because of your, shall we say, superior genetics, There are there's great potential within you that we saw. As we began our testing, I noticed all of the things that you were doing. And we were fine with that because we were testing what you were doing. We wanted to see how you would respond to different things. Honestly, it caught us off guard because we know you to be just a henchman, just a bodyguard for a street thug. And while we're giving you an opportunity to be something better, for some unknown reason, you just seem to be antagonistic and disrespectful when it's unnecessary. Can you explain that?
See, you get to see people's real intentions when they're irritated, angry, upset, made to feel discomfort. So everything that I've done has been calculated. You all are watching us. I am watching you all to see how you respond. Was I making some risky choices? Yes. But you don't get to see how people react until you actually do something.
So you're telling me that being an antagonistic jerk is the only way you could find out about us, even though we have been completely straightforward with you this entire time. Can you explain why you would try to steal a pill that we've been giving you for free your whole time being here?
Sure. See, the world I come from, things like that can be used as bargaining chips. They can be used as barter. They can be used on oneself. They can use it to get to use on someone else. It's about amassing power.
Interesting. So your thought process is steal something from someone who's been giving to them to me for free. You could have just asked for it.
Now, do you really think if we asked, hey, let me get a bag of those, you was just gonna toss them over here? You want me to believe that?
I want you to believe that I gave them to you without you ever asking for them, because that's what actually is true.
Because that actually happened, yes. But again, if I asked you for them, would I have gotten them?
Are you here to work with us or not, sir?
Sure, I'm here to work with you, but you asked the question. You stated something, and I'm asking, is that what would have happened if I had done that?
Well, clearly no, because there are no more left, which you discovered when you tried to steal them. Now,
Okay.
you're missing the point once again because you're so stuck on your idiotic path that you aren't paying attention or reading the room. It was an unnecessary thing to do. And you can base that on your own observations. Now, at this moment in time, you have severely disrespected one of our teammates by completely ignoring a direct order when that man just died.
Of his own will. He did it to himself.
That is true. That does not mean can be disrespectful of the dead or of his teammates, which you say you want to be. So I'm going to say this once. Apologize to the group.
Apologize.
He doesn't say anything else.
You think that me apologizing to them is going to do what? Bring him back? Make them feel better? If they're sad about the man's death, that's on them. But me apologizing to them is not going to bring him back.
Roll initiative. Oh, Lord, it's just bad for you. It doesn't matter what you roll.
Okay.
Bonus round 17. So, mm, mm, mm. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't even move. He uses telekinetic. Make sure I got the name of this right. You don't see any. You don't see his anything on his body move. You don't sense any type of uh, quick twitch movement from him. He isn't even blinking. But you suddenly feel a some type of invisible force grab your body. It should be familiar because it's what he used before to stop you in your place. And your body is frozen in place once again. You may attempt to get out of it by rolling a melee target, a melee check. You got to beat 20.
Okay. Nope.
Okay. So he looks at you again. He says, last chance. And he opens a dimensional portal behind you. Apologize. I'm gonna tell you right now. You either apologize or it's curtains for you. What
It's
you gonna
co-
do?
it's Coitens.
Yep.
He says, I'm sorry.
He drops you. That's all you had to say. Now,
Now that I've said it, how does that make you feel now? I'm going psychoanalyst mode. I'm How does that make you feel?
are you talking to me? Are you asking me?
I'm asking the high evolutionary. I said I'm sorry. Now how does that make you feel?
Uh, Perhaps you weren't paying attention.
I'm just asking a question, man.
I don't care about you at all.
I know. That's why I'm
I don't
asking the
care
question.
about your actions at all. I
I,
asked you to do this out of principle for the rest of the team. This is a team that we are forming today. And if you don't want to be part of that team, we can eliminate you. It's that simple. Or you can reap the benefits of being with us. That's it. You really think that we want a liability running around with us as we try to work together for our goals? You can't even be as if you can't even be couth enough to respect someone who has just died, or you think it's okay to come into our house and dis uh, obey direct orders, then it's going to
I
be a problem.
technically didn't disobey. I did what she asked me to do. Just so we can get the just so we know what happened here.
And it's that type of ignorance and stupidity that will get you killed. We're finished. Levitates back over. I'd advise you to become as respectful with us as you are with your little street level boss that you deal with?
You obviously don't know our relationship.
We'll find out. So you hear him say, MH. He says, Victoria, we're ready. So we'll zip on back to the other room. And Victoria says, okay, guys, we are officially about to figure this out. First of all, Breaker, how are you feeling? Breaker, everybody can look at Breaker and see that he looks a little bit bigger than he was before Gorilla Man was killed. He looks a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, but he hasn't turned into a gorilla. Some of you in the room are probably wondering why that is, and Dexter even says, "How long is it going to take him to turn into a gorilla?" And Victoria says, "Honestly, I was wondering that myself." But Breaker, how are you doing? And Breaker says, "I feel, I feel a little bit strange. I've never killed anyone before." She says, "Well, would you like to go to a different area as everyone else and just have time to just think?" He says, "No, I want to be with everybody else." He says, "Okay." MH, and the door pops up. You guys can all walk through the door and get back to the throne room. Assuming everybody does so. Time to unmute
Take
now.
one last look at Green Lion takes one last look at the body before he
The
walks.
body is there. Whoever Gorilla Man was is lying there. You notice he's a muscular. He was a muscular man in shape, but you can't really make out his facial features because his head is not the way it should be.
Gone. The word is gone.
Pretty
No,
much.
you don't get no remorse from me. That's for sure.
Very well. Do you say that out loud?
Well, I'm saying that in my head.
All right, I'm just asking. I mean, these things matter. So you all walk into the door, and you come in and you see henchman standing there looking normal. Do I have anything to say to him?
Hey, buddy, you
Good
beat
job,
us here,
Henchman.
huh?
Good job, Henchman.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Good, good job.
Couldn't have,
High evolutionary says, what was a good job,
couldn't,
Mike?
couldn't have done nothing better. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Done what?
He reacted, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with reacting.
What?
I've been taught by my people, the Doomers. You have to learn to react.
High evolutionary looks at you and says, "What the heck are you talking about? What are you talking about?"
Simple as this: that the henchman did something that maybe is on my mind to do as well.
Again, I say, what are you talking about?
Well, you don't know, then that's not my job. Because I'm not giving away more than I need to so that you can use that against me. No, sir. You have to put me in a situation where you want to try to take me out.
Vernon outside of the game says, "You can see who didn't watch the last episode." All right, back to the game. So the high evolutionary says, "Okay, whatever. It's now time for us to decide or to give out our gifts, and we're going to try to do this in a fashion that is quick and that won't result in any issues amongst the team. So, is there anybody here who would like to voluntarily tell us who they would like to work with? Anyone that we've invited here that has some idea of what they would like to do?
Sure, I would love to volunteer who I would love to work with.
Okay, Nick Halden, you have the floor.
Uh, the person who I would like to work with um, is Miss Toxie Doxy, but I do have a question.
You all can ask whatever questions you would like.
Miss Doxy,
Yes.
have you ever gone by the name June Covington at any time?
Mr. Halden, I've introduced you to myself as Dr. June Covington at least 3 times.
Okay, I forgot that, and now that I'm sure of that, I know of a few colleagues who've heard of your interests and your abilities,
Oh,
and
really?
yes, and they have uh they speak very highly. And just between you and I, uh, if you and I are able to work together, I can assure you, my colleagues can give you access to things that will bring some interest to you.
Just between you and I in a room full of people that's watching you?
You beat me to
It's
it.
almost 20 of us in this room.
Oh, Mr. Halden, you are the most interesting telepath I've ever seen in my life.
Well, thank you
Well,
very much.
uh, it wasn't a compliment, dear.
Did I look down? Did she just give away his thing?
If you haven't figured out he's a telepath by now, I don't know what to tell you.
Hmm.
So, the high evolutionary steps in and says, well, we're doing this in a certain order. Uh, First up is this teenager who, even though he's brilliant, is highly annoying. So you see the ironmonger. Finally, I've been waiting for this for so long. Screw these stupid tests. I want to know who I'm working with. He fly. You see him fly up. Now he is not wearing anything but just a normal t-shirt and jeans. He flies up. As you look at him, you can see that there must be some type of there's like some type of protrusions coming out of his feet and hands, and he's flying. You can't really tell exactly how he's doing it, but you see fire coming out of his palms and out of his feet. He spins around and he gets right in front of you guys' faces. It's like, oh, I've been waiting for this so long. Listen, I've been looking at a few of you guys that I really want to work with you. I am looking for someone who is youthful, who is interested in business, uh, who I can possibly take along with me as I go on different weapons deals, and is looking to make a name for themselves, not just as an adventurer, but as somebody who's really making moves behind the scenes. So the guys that I think I can work with best are mainline, henchmen. I'm a little concerned about him, but Mike, definitely Dexter, Nick, and Gray Lion. I think you guys could all benefit from working with me. Now we just have to figure out uh, which one of you would actually be interested in that. You can ask me any questions you like. Maybe if something specifically you're looking for that you think I can or can't do, and I'll tell you exactly what I can and can't do.
Okay, young man.
Yeah.
Let me start by saying this. What is it in my abilities or about me that you would feel are useful to uh, what you're looking for?
Well, it doesn't take much to see that you're kind of weak physically. Don't take that as a slight. I was as well, but now I'm about as strong as Iron Man, so I can help you with that. And on top of that, you seem like a businessman, and you seem like a very persuasive person. That would be perfect working with me, so I can make you stronger, and you can assist me in my business deals.
Hmm.
Anybody else?
Is making me stronger the only thing you can do as far as physically?
I'm sorry, by stronger, I meant I can help you with other abilities. I mean, look at me. He points his hands up in the air and shoots out a repulsor blast to the ceiling.
That grabs Weapon
Was
Mail's attention and
I
says,
wasn't I wasn't born like that. He flies around the room, and you can see that he's extremely fast and maneuverable in the air. I wasn't born like this.
You certainly have me intrigued. Um, if you think I can be useful to you, then I'll gladly accept your offer.
Okay. Is there
so you
anybody
said,
else?
so you said behind the scenes, and you also said that you have access to weapons.
I make weapons.
You make weapons.
I made myself into a weapon. You see it,
I'm intrigued. I think I might work with you too. But
okay?
but what things can you do to can you upgrade weapons at all, or can you upgrade the people who work with you?
Well, let me be fully clear. I'm not a genius when it comes to creating or coming up with new weapons, but what I am great at is adapting to and learning things that I see. I'm a very quick learner, just like my father. And well, we steal technology and we input that technology into other things. So that's what I've done. I've taken different technology that I've seen, obviously from a certain iron guy that we all know, and I've incorporated that into my body. I've
Hmm.
also been able to invent different things, such as a caloric paste that I use that allows me to expend way more energy than most would be able to do, which is how I'm able to shoot and fly around. I could apply that technology to other aspects of the human body as well.
Interesting. All right. Well, I think this will be a match made in heaven since I'm a brilliant scientist myself. All right. I think we should do this.
Okay, well, I'm interested, but admittedly, you're not my first choice. So we'll have to see how it goes. Uh,
It's fine.
Mainline, henchman, Mike, Dexter, are any of you interested? Dexter steps up and says, I have no interest in having any metal inserted into my body. I'm good.
It seems that you have two suitors already, so I will respectfully shoot a glare over at the high evolutionary. Decline.
Okay, and I guess mainline just stays silent.
Who?
I got a game plan.
What?
I'm sticking with my game plan.
What other? What
Very well.
other? What other benefactor is there besides Toxidoxy, and who else am I looking at in the background?
Everybody is here. You're asking the narrator?
In the narrator, other
Everybody's here.
than Toxidoxy
Are
and
you
High
asking for
Evolution.
specific
Yes, he wants specific.
names?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so in the room, the benefactors that are in the room, which is all of them, Ironmonger, Toxidoxy, Power Broker, High Evolutionary, Paladin, White Wolf, Iron Thief, who was Grant Ward, Ezekiel. They're all there. Gorilla Man is dead, so he's not there. You have anything to say to Ironmonger?
No, but what I do have to say in my mind, as I'm thinking and looking, that I also have my own agenda.
Okay, so
But the people that
that's a
can't read
note,
your mind are waiting for you to say
right? That
something.
hits
You
the
still
is that
standing
So
still
I
now.
know, but I wasn't finished. You didn't let me finish.
okay? Go
So
ahead
as I'm thinking,
and speak
uh,
up into your mic, please.
I have no mic.
Let- we can hear you, so you must have something.
It's a car. um, but as I think my agenda in my mind, I'm actually looking for people. I'm speaking this in my mind. So as I look at the different ones, I respectfully, well, no, I really don't respectfully. I just decline.
Very well. Okay. I think that I have made my decision. Uh, Mike, I would like to work with you. You accept? I'm sorry, not Mike. Nick. I would like to work
Yes.
with you. Okay. So, um, follow me, and we can go and talk it out.
Above the table, this is Nick and Ironmonger, right?
This
Yes.
is Nick and Ironmonger.
All right.
So Nick and Ironmonger, they're going to go off into a separate door, and we'll find out what's going on with
So
them a
there,
little bit later.
how you feeling?
So Toxie Doxy steps up. He says, "Well, that was interesting. I'll be very straightforward. I'm looking for a male specimen, physically fit, a nice canvas for me to work on. I hope that everyone recognizes that they can be improved in so many different ways. And my specialty is in improving your physical structure, which will allow you access to powers that you didn't think you would ever be able to have. I've been able to successfully give people the powers of inhumans, Atlanteans, mutants, cosmic beings. So nobody here can completely say that I can't help them. I have a choice that I really want to work with more than anybody. And believe it or not, that person is the henchman. Are you
Hey, Doc.
interested? Hi, how are you?
Better.
Question,
I've been better.
question. The narrator has a question for the person playing henchman. Is
Yes.
the henchman attracted to Toxie Doxie?
No.
Very well. Ask me any questions you would like, henchman.
Okay. Question one. How much pain do these experiments that you perform
Now,
cause?
henchman, you're a big boy.
Oh, I'm not afraid of pain. I'm just, just asking.
Well, considering that you have a
For
healing
free.
factor, considering that you have a healing factor, which I mean, we've all seen it in action,
Mhm.
and you'll heal way faster than most uh, that I deal with. Also, these are surgeries, so I'll definitely make sure that you are unconscious while I perform them.
What if I want to
I'm
be
not
conscious?
here to hurt anybody.
I know. What if I want to be conscious?
Well, we can work something out.
Okay. Second question. I understand that you all are a team and you're trying to form a team. But let's say a hypothetical. If the nine of you all had to, let's just say, rough each other up. I mean, you all, the benefactors.
Just waiting to see where this is going.
Oh, it's going. How many of them do you think you could take out?
Well, I'm a lady. I don't like to fight. But let's just
Nothing
say
to
that I can
fight,
hold my let's just
disabled,
say I can hold my own.
a number of those you work with, a number.
You mean by myself?
You can take it however you want. If you needed them off the board, how many of them could you get off, take them away?
I'm sorry, I don't really know what
My
you're
trigger
expecting
finger
me to
is
do
itchy,
here.
man. Why are we constantly going through some bull with this henchman dude? Like
Henchman, I think we
I'm
should
ready to double
just
tap his nuts too.
Unlike
ex,
Paladins,
ex,
mine will heal.
I'm getting real tired of this henchman.
It's just a question. I would like to work with you, but that's the question. If you had to get the others off the board, how many do you think you could get rid of?
that's not something I'm willing to discuss or even consider. We're a team.
I
Why would you ask them that in front of the rest of us? Why
I'm
would they even
asking.
remove that? Why would they even talk about their strengths and weaknesses in front of the rest of us? Why don't y'all pick it and then go into the side
I'm
room
get-
just like Nick
I'm
Halden and what's the face
I'm
just did?
I'm getting there. So you don't want to discuss it. That's fine. I do want to work with you. I'll put it like that.
Done. Let's go.
Wrong way.
What was that? What was that, Mike? Michael?
As I slink back into the dark, I just let it ride.
It's
You had
like
dark.
What
Baxter
happened?
quoting rap lyrics. What
And
did he say?
what is going on?
You had darkness suspended. I thought we were in a normally lit room.
What is he talking about?
As I slink back into the dark, I just let it ride. Keep my comment to myself.
Edgar Allan Poe face.
Is
Quote the
that a
raisins of
metaphor?
war.
I don't know what Ralph talking about.
Metaphorically speaking.
Okay, so once again, you see it. I'm sorry, Ralph. You got me out my head. What is this dude talking about, man? So the door opens up and henchman. Oh my goodness. Henchman and Doxy walk off into a room.
I'm
Ralph,
trying to find the darkness.
you a wild boy, man. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Power Broker steps up. He's huge, obviously, and he says, I want to make this very simple. I believe it's going to take a special person to work with this special person. You hear him, he's breathing heavy. He says, Remedy. I know exactly what you're looking for because I'm looking for the same. If you work with me, I will recreate you in a way that will make you feel comfortable, and I will help you reach the potential that I don't think you know that you have. You accept. Remedy looks a little bit uncomfortable. She is still obviously shaken up by what happened with Gorilla Man. She says, I don't have to kill anybody, do I? And Power Brokers, he chuckles and he says, if you work with me, you'll be able to give life to more people than you've ever been able to before. So she just gets up and starts walking toward him. So apparently she accepts. They go into their own room. So these choices are going pretty quick. The high evolutionary stands up. He says, those that are aware of my ability should know what I'm capable of creating. Who would like to work with me? I would like to just hear it flat out.
Me.
I'm not surprised. Anyone else?
I would.
Slate? Interesting. You know, out of all of us here, you know the least about what I'm offering, but yet you want to work with me. Wonder why? Just because of who I am, my reputation? What are you looking to get out of working with me, both of you?
Not I'm not good enough. And I need to be improved. I know I
Ah,
have the power. I know it's there because I've seen it unleashed. But what I need is control.
interesting. Well, I can understand that. That's how I felt before I made myself into who I am. But you do understand that if you work with me, although I can give you some measure of power, it's up to you to maximize it. It's up to you to fully evolve into whoever it is you will become. I'll just flat out say it. I am going to be the least involved of all the mentors here. I am going to give you whatever it is that I have to give you, and then I'm gone. I'm going to let you develop on your own. Would that be okay with you, Mainline, and you, Slate?
It'll be okay with me.
My previous master gave me everything that I needed. I just need the extra step. I need the next step.
Okay. I'll think about it. Paladin, it's on you. So High Evolutionary goes and sits down. Paladin steps up. This has been a lot less simple than I thought it would be. All right, listen. I'm interested in working with Dexter, Mainline, Mike Baxter, and Slate. So listen, guys. I don't really care about what your agenda is. Anybody that knows me knows I just like to get the job done. Uh, I personally can't give you any superpowers. What I do offer is different types of special training and the ability to get customized equipment that can improve whatever it is that you do. I also have a lot of connections and a lot of access to information. Uh, so, is there anybody here that is interested in that?
I like the way that you think, Paladin, and the fact that you don't mind if we have other agendas also works with me. I wouldn't mind going along with you. I mean,
Okay.
my masters have made me into who I am, but if I could get my weapons made a little bit stronger, my skills honed a little bit better, just by being with you. As long as I get to do my agenda, do my thing, good.
Well, let me make it clear. Everybody here, regardless of who they work with, you're going to get a chance to uh, do whatever it is that you want to do. That's why we're forming a group. Uh, we all have goals that we want to pursue, and we're working together to make sure that we can all achieve those goals. So it doesn't matter who you work with. We're going to work as a team to make sure that everyone gets what they want in life. Uh, but okay, uh, Slate Mainline. I know you guys see the big guy in the metal suit and with the godlike powers. Would you even consider working with somebody like me?
Above the table, who is this talking? Power broker or paladin?
Paladin. Power Broker is out of the room with Remedy.
Right, with
They're
Remedy.
matched up already.
Gotcha. Okay. I got an agenda, paladin. No offense, but if you can't help me improve my powers or get to where I need to be, where I should rightfully be, then I can't work with you.
Interesting. You've been here just as long as everybody else. I haven't even seen you use any powers.
That's
What
the
power?
problem. I was robbed of my
Talk to me.
birthright.
Talk to me, man. What's up?
My parents were genius scientists. They got a lot of different patents, biochemical patents, genetic patents, made a lot of money. People were jealous, tried to poison them. I unfortunately, as a child, was involved in an experiment because of that sabotage. That took away my ability to gain powers when I reached puberty. I know the genetics are still within me and I need someone to help me unlock it. Because of who my parents were, I know I have those abilities, but I don't have a way to reach my full potential.
I think I know exactly what you're saying here without saying it. Admittedly, that is not something I'm an expert in, but I have connections to many different scientists and tinkerers that could possibly help with that. But I don't want to make any promises. That this is it seems kind of touchy.
Understandable, respective. I respect that.
What about you, Slade?
Well, my
No hard
connection,
feeling. No hard feelings about the nut tapping, by the way. Like the way you work.
Appreciate it.
No diggity.
No doubt.
I've made connections myself in the past. I'm sure they're not as deep as the ones that you have, but connections and weapons aren't necessarily what I'm looking for or what I need. So I think I would need to pass.
That's understood. I appreciate the consideration, Slade. So Dexter steps up and he says, I asked you about Bullseye. That guy killed my mother. And you told me that you had information about him, that you worked with him. If you know anything that can get me close to him, I'm yours. Mike, you got anything to say about that? Step in.
This is Paladin still.
That's correct.
What did Paladin? What did Paladin? What are you saying, Paladin?
Oh my goodness. Dexter just told Paladin that if he knows anything about Bullseye, that Dexter is with him. Do you want to counter that?
You're in a bidding war now.
Bullseye is actually one of my agendas. There's a couple of other people here too, Paladin, that I need some help with.
You got to speak up, man.
I told Paladin there's a couple of other people here that I need some help with as well. So we get another person to be on our side that has a sort of agenda just like us, then I'm down with Dexter.
So Paladin looks at you with an inquisitive face and says, "Wait a minute. Did you just say you have agendas for some people that are here? Is that what you just said?
Yes, but I'm not mentioning any names.
And what exactly are these agendas?"
Well, when me and you get together and Dexter in a room by ourselves, then I'll discuss these agendas.
I don't see any reason to get into a room with you and Dexter. I'm going to pick either you or Dexter.
Oh, well, Paladin,
I could always shoot this dude and make it an easy decision.
You're not here for that, man. Chill out.
uh,
This
in
Got
my
enough,
mind,
he being
enough,
goofy.
enough
in my
nut
mind,
tapping.
in my mind, if Dexter can be taken out, I wish.
But Dexter not goofy and annoying. You the one that's not paying attention. You
I
slowing
am
up the process.
simple as this, Paladin. I'm your guy. You
Mainline
got
starts loading up his 45.
you got the same mentality as me, and that's what I'm looking for. I need
How
somebody with
you
that.
recruiting somebody that's where are we? Benefactors, check this fool. Where are we?
Yeah, I
Can we
think
do
somebody
something about
forgot the details of the deal.
Can we do something about mainline? Isn't there a portal that he can go get pushed through?
I'm
Please.
making sense. You recruiting away from the benefactors.
No, Paladin. Paladin has asked me to join him. I'm
And
No,
you want to
no.
agreeing.
recruit Dexter with y'all.
Paladin holds his
This
hands up.
dude,
Says,
goofy
"Oh,
to the
well,
mug.
hold on.
I'm good. I'm chill.
Mainline, chill out. I got it. I understand. Mike, I'm picking between you and Dexter.
I got you. I
You
got
don't
it.
know. You don't know what my mindset is.
Well,
Honestly,
from what
honestly,
you uh,
half the time I don't even know if you know where you are.
I know where I'm at. And the thing is, from what you described, Paladin, unless you lied and that is not the stuff that you're looking for and can do, then that's why I said we have the same mentality because you're on the same page as me. And if you can offer me, help me to upgrade my weapons, that's what I'm looking for. But I know I can do you right.
Pause. Based on, I got to be honest with you, Mike. Based on what you just said out loud about having agendas on people in the room, that alone is enough for me to choose Dexter. Sorry, man. I got to take the kid. So they walk off into their own room.
But I can't say nothing else.
You can say whatever you want to say.
Too late, he's gone.
Okay, you can say it as he's walking towards the door.
But that's not what you said, though, Paladin. You said you don't mind if somebody has other agendas. I didn't say who was in the room. The person may not even be in the room because there's other people that was also here as well. So it's not just somebody in the room, it's basically somebody else. And you said you don't mind us having our own agendas. Now, if that's not true, then fine. I don't want to be with you. But if it's true, then I'm your man. You can use me. I got the skills.
He turns around and says, I heard you clear as day say that you had agendas on others in this room.
Well, you
We don't need,
misunderstood me.
we
You
don't need to
mis-
talk anymore.
you misunderstood me.
We don't need to talk anymore. We good. Let's go, Dexter.
Mainline loads one in the chamber.
Oh my God.
All right. Well,
You're gonna make me
this
turn the nightshade in a minute.
this has certainly been interesting. Oh boy. Okay, so I am the White Wolf. As I've already told you, I am looking for recruits for the Hatu Zerlaze. I need someone that can follow orders. Gray Lion, as a shield member, you would be perfect. Weapon L, I am interested in what you can do. And Mike Baxter, I also think you would be a good fit. You as well, Keely. My Wakandan technology would help all of you, as well as my expertise in weaponry. Who of you would like to join me?
I would. I actually
Yeah.
quite fond of your story.
My story. Interesting. Anybody else?
I'm
Now,
not in.
I'll throw my bid in. Uh, your whole motif kind of goes along with what I can do or what I do and my goals in life. I'm trying to become a super soldier. Your training, your technology will go along in making that. I'm pretty sure you have some adventures that'll make life pretty interesting.
Well, you have no idea. And if you work with me, you will definitely become a super soldier in word and deed.
Oh,
What about you, Mike? What can you offer me? Apparently, Mike is a shadow again. Well, I would be
He
interested.
right here. I got plenty of bullets, man. Like we can, I got plenty of bullets. Like this, why are we going through this?
It's a little bit unnerving that you want to kill someone every time they annoy you.
No,
Mainline.
no, it's a disruption. It's a disruption of a process. It's a OCD thing. There's a process, and then people want to disrupt the process. So we need to be able to remove what's a disruption of the process. That way everybody can get to their goals.
Well, you can try to remove mainline, but don't think you're just gonna shoot a 45 and that's gonna get the job done, sir.
Oh, that's not all that's up the sleeve, but
Got
enough
it.
bullets will solve a lot of problems.
Not that easy.
Mainline. Mainline.
I
Fall
say you
back.
guys go for it.
Um,
Fall back.
like I said, I got my own
Mike,
agenda. That's fine.
are you interested? You know what, Mike? Never mind. Never mind. You are too chaotic and you're all over the place, Mike. That experience alone makes me want to go with who has been the most reliable when it comes to following orders. I choose you, Gray Lion.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Weapon L, I am impressed by your abilities, but what happened with you earlier when you blanked out has me concerned. I cannot have that in the type of missions that I will be issuing out. So White Wolf and Gray Lion, they walk off into their own little door. That leaves Kiri,
I like how your
Slate,
story ends, White Wolf.
Kiri, Slate, Weapon L, and Mike. They're the only ones left without a selection.
Where's
I'm
mainline?
standing right here, bruh.
Sorry, Mainline as well. I am sorry. Okay, so let me make sure this is good. So Grant Ward steps up. Grant Ward steps up. Everybody that's left, I want you to follow me into this room. You guys walk up into your own room. It looks like something like some type of laboratory, something. Um, so as you walk into this room, you see there's like this giant, like tube-like container, and um, Grant Ward goes and stands at a console that's a little bit uh, about 20 feet away from this time. And he says, listen, guys, I don't know if you know me. Uh, I don't have any expertise in giving powers, but what I do have is this. He hits a button and cover starts to fall down from this tube. And you hear this slithering noise. And you see this burgundy colored, viscous looking, oil like slick with white eyes. There's a symbiote inside this machine. So Grant Ward starts to talk. He says, listen, I've been working with S.H.I.E.L.D. ever since. You know what? I don't need to give you the full story. There's a bunch of symbiotes. There's this godlike king of black and all types of other crazy things that took place. And afterwards, there are a lot of different symbiotes that came from this guy that needed to be destroyed and captured. And what happened is that, well, a few of them escaped by bonding with different animals in their vicinity. And that's what this guy is here. So he hates me. Right? He can't stand me at all. But he might be. What we're gonna do is we're gonna see if one of you guys is interested in bonding with a symbiote today. Now, this is me outside the game talking. So this is what's gonna happen with this guy. Anybody that chooses the symbiote, you get to use them however you choose. Now, in this game, bonding with a symbiote, you're going to get um, you're basically going to get powers that are in addition to what your normal rank up is. So technically, even though everybody's going to be rank 3, whoever has the symbiote attached is almost going to be like they're at rank 4. However, having a symbiote comes with problems. So you would have a high ceiling and a low floor. That's me talking to you guys outside of the game. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. So Grant says, listen,
Outside of the game,
go ahead.
outside of the, uh, I'm assuming when you say high ceiling, mean uh, your abilities will be great, but you'll have a major disadvantage in certain areas.
I said what I said.
What did you say, Bird?
You're gonna be rank 3 plus if you are bonded with a symbiote. So you're gonna have your normal rank 3 abilities, but when the symbiote is bonded with you or attached to you, you will have additional abilities and powers that are not counting against your rank. However, you guys know what symbiotes are. They come with weaknesses and other issues. So if you have a symbiote, you're going to have to deal with that. That's all I'm saying. Is that understood?
You said high ceilings and low what?
Oh my
Low
God.
Low
floor.
floors. Low floors.
Low floor. Okay. That's all. I didn't hear you. I was muted, but I was asking.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a benefit. There are going to be benefits to having a symbiote, but there's also going to be some cons to having it. So
Give
going
and
back to
take,
the
pros
story.
and cons.
Going back to the story.
Especially the fire.
All of you are in the room. Mainline, Michael Baxter, Slate, Kiri. I forgot who else is in the room, but you know who you are. Are any of you interested, Weapon L? Are any of you interested in taking on this task of
I would
having a
buy.
symbiote?
I would buy.
What's the
You would.
symbiote's name?
Why don't you ask them?
Well,
The
is there
symbiote.
multiple? Are there multiple symbiotes? Or is there?
There's one symbiote in the room. You can go
Oh,
ask him. He's being contained.
what's your name, symbiote? Your name
That's
is Gasp.
Mom.
Your name is Mom.
You can't hear me for real?
Yeah, no, for I can't hear
No,
you.
seriously, we seriously we can't.
He says his name is Mongrel.
it's what?
Come
Mongrel.
Mongrel.
on,
Oh, mongrel.
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 Ah,
For a second, I thought you said Mum Ra.
mongrel. Oh, okay.
That's what
So
I
you
thought. I
like,
thought it was Mummer.
Yeah.
so you like you
His
like.
name is Mumra.
Oh, his name is
You're over there,
Mumble.
the mumbler.
I'm not mumbling
Mongrel.
at all.
So you like a
Your mic is whack.
biracial
That's all.
symbiote?
Maybe.
So his name is Mumra.
Mongrel.
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 Dog.
Oh,
Mongrel.
Grel. Mongrel.
somebody said Mumra, and then you said Mumra.
Bruh. Bruh. Sir.
Making jokes.
Please.
Making jokes.
Mongrel. That's his
Oh,
name. So Grant
yeah,
says, who would be even interested in taking on this task?
I would be interested.
Just you, Mike? All right.
One spoke up. Don't hear nobody
Is
else.
this our last option, or do we have more options?
Is this the last option in this room?
I don't think giving a
Too
symbiote
bad Great
access
Lion
to
is
my
not in the
powers
room.
would be a very good idea.
Not
Well,
at
it's your
all.
job to control the symbiote.
I already have issues with control.
All right. Well,
Alrighty.
everybody else can walk on out the room.
Yeah, I'll walk out.
All right. So,
I'm
Mike,
walking out.
I'm walking out.
Nick, you are not walk. Nick, you are already gone. How about you walking out? You been gone. All right. So Nick is with Iron Thief. That's going to be very interesting. I'm sorry, not Nick, Mike. Man, do y'all have cold days? What is going on? All right, so you guys walk back into the room and you see Longshot standing there with big, bright, golden grin. Hey guys, welcome back. I would like to bring Mainline and I think I will also bring Slate and Weapon L back with me. So if you just follow me into this room, we can get this knocked out. Do all
I,
three of you follow him?
I follow him.
I'll follow.
All right, cool. So you guys go into your room. It's just a really nice looking, chill, I'll say zen like room. Nice couches. Have a seat, everybody. And he sits down and he says, what makes you guys want to work with me?
How's Mojo been?
Bojo, I'm sure, is doing what he always does.
I bet. Why should we why should we work with you? What do you have to offer us?
I asked you a question first. What
What
made you
was,
follow me into this room?
I was curious. And I've seen your work in Mojo Vision, unfortunately. But see that you you have a certain style that I kind of identify with.
Oh, really? You think you identify with my style? Think so?
More or less.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Slate, mainline?
I think you're probably the one benefactor I know the least about, and I want to give everybody an opportunity. Just figured, why not hear what you have to say?
You have no idea how true that statement is. What about you, mainline?
Like I said, my goal is to make sure that I can activate my mutant powers. So as a as someone who has as known to have connections to the X-Men, then we may be able to work together if the technology is available to help me get to my agenda.
You're connected to the
Interesting.
X-Men?
Interesting.
Huh, mainline. That's that's really nice.
I'm not connected to
How's
the X-Men. Longshot is connected to the X-Men.
I thought you said that you're a mutant.
Yeah.
As you guys are talking, see that long shot starts to shapeshift. And standing before you is the biggest scroll you've ever seen in your life.
If this ain't a son of
Oh,
Ooh, that's gotta suck.
a
To be more
we got
careful.
another. We got a ball chinian up in here.
Don't shoot off his scroll though.
He says, and so he speaks and he has this very gruff voice and he says, my name is Noble.
Your name is Noble?
Nogor. Nogor.
Nogor. Oh, okay.
I also seek the X-Men, but not
Oh,
for the reasons that you might think. So anyone who wants to get in touch with the X-Men or figure out how to get those connections, we would have the same agenda.
I'm
You
listening.
may you may or may not know this, but Krakoa accepts scrolls because our deviant genes are just like mutants. So I will be
oh.
able to get access to Krakoa if we can find out where it is, which that's a main problem of mine at the moment.
Oh, you don't know where Krakoa is?
Well, yes and no.
Hmm.
Uh, After Krakoa failed, the best word I could use to describe its whereabouts, it's ascended somewhere that you can't just have access to normally. We would have to contact a certain number of mutants who might be able to get us access to it. But I just want to be clear. I don't mean the mutants any harm. I actually want to formulate a rebellion against the current king of the scrolls.
Well,
Why would you
Okay.
show
bringing
yourself as
us in a
long shot?
room, right? Where's Longshot?
That was long shot.
Well, I'm saying now we put ourselves in a position where we all got looking for the same thing.
I don't understand your concern.
If Longshot had connections to the X-Men and you're not Longshot, you're in the same boat that I'm in. So are you saying you want me to feed you information once I get access to the mutants?
No, I'm saying that we're going to get work together to get access to the mutant. Currently,
You know as much as I do about where they're at.
you're making assumptions.
But you're going to go in the guise of long shot to infiltrate the X-Men to get close to him, and you want us there with you.
I want to pick one of you to work along with me and accept my gifts, which I have not even explained yet.
What are your gifts?
I want to have you go through the same ritual that I went through. It's called the infiltration ritual. The scrolls have connection with all living creatures that allow us to shapeshift into you instinctively. The infiltration ritual allows you to connect with one being or creature and duplicate their powers perfectly. No one can even tell that you aren't them. So here's my plan. Whichever one of you chooses to work with me can pick someone with which they will be able to shapeshift into, preferably someone that could pass for a mutant, so that you can go with me to gain access to Krakoa.
That
It's a
sounds like a
tall
winning
order,
deal to
bro.
me.
That's a
Sounds like
tall
a winner
order.
to me.
It is a
Hmm.
tall order, but it's one that I know I can do because I've already infiltrated Krakoa before.
Well, if you've already been there, then that's already half the deal. I have some interest in what you're saying, so I'd be your man if you'd have me.
Okay. Mainline, what about you? I know that you are a mutant, and I'm really mostly interested in working with a mutant directly so that there will be less chance of issues. I also believe that my infiltration ritual will help unlock your powers.
Mm. Man, you put me on the spot, boy. You put me on the spot. So you're saying that even though this ritual is alien in nature, that this wouldn't harm my genetics to a degree that I wouldn't be able to find out and unlock my true mutant birthright.
This ritual is something that can be passed on to others. I have undergone this ritual myself, as I've said, and it is not something that is would be restricted to you. It's connected through my religion and the special connection that scrolls have. And I can perform the ritual with you. Also, since deviant scrolls are mutants, just like uh, Homo superior, we have a connection. And that's also been proven by the fact that Krakoa accepts me, that Krakoa accepts scrolls within its borders. It doesn't even accept regular humans. The infiltration ritual will unlock your potential and allow you to enhance by allowing you to even gain more powers that you didn't have before.
In addition to, so this is in addition to, not a substitution of.
Exactly. So
It sounds
basically,
like a plan because I do want to get access to Krakoa and kind of find out more about mutant kind.
well, then that is settled. I will accept the one who is already a mutant. Slate, Weapon L. I would ask that you do not reveal what I've told you here.
What are you gonna give us to not to do that? Seeing how you've rejected us.
Well, I will help you, but
Yes.
please understand that I'm not asking you to keep this secret for my sake.
Oh, is that a threat?
No, it's just truth.
Oh,
I am not
we'll get
threatening
that.
you. As far as I know, you are my teammate and you will receive gifts as well.
Just be
Oh,
aware that there are a few things that I hate or despise more than a liar. And
That's
that's
understood.
that's all I'm going to say.
well, he's a scroll. That's part of his religion. I'm sorry. No
Well,
offense.
I'll say this. In the scroll's nature, we don't believe in staying the same. Our very nature is to shapeshift and change. If you consider that a lie, we just consider that being what we are. What's more true than being who you are?
So you being who you are as being someone else. Got your logic. Cool. I like that.
Is it logic or is it nature? You have
When
nano machines in your blood. Is
well,
that who
no,
you were?
this is why I'm saying. I get what you're saying. Everybody has a different perspective.
I look forward to working with both of you gentlemen. Please don't take this as a slight. If I didn't respect you, you wouldn't be here. So everybody, you guys can walk on out.
Yep.
And
Okay.
All right.
Mainline, you're still here.
Okay.
All right. So who's left? Slate, Kiri, Weapon L. That's all that's left. Um, and High Evolutionary and Long Shot are here. I'm sorry, Ezekiel are here. So Ezekiel has been patiently waiting, sitting on top of his chair. And he looks at Kiri and Slate, says, "You two, follow me." You guys follow him into a room. And he says, "Listen, I want to tell you a story. I'm sure both of you know who Spider-Man is, correct?" Kiri shakes her, she nods her head up and down.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most well-known heroes. And I was his mentor. I there's a lot about spiders that you don't know. We actually have a sacred mission to protect the entire multiverse. And I used to be the head of that. And I'm not perfect. I made mistakes. I even tried to kill Spider-Man before, but I ended up sacrificing my life to save him. And I am here because of a role in Spider Society called The Other. It brought me back. And what I've discovered is that in order for the other to permanently bond with someone, it needs to be an outsider. It needs to be with someone that isn't a spider. The other can grant you powers that normal spiders don't have. And I don't want to give this to someone who I don't think is a good person. Now, Slate, I know that you have a good heart. Tell that from my observations. And Kiri, I can tell that you have a strong sense of empathy and a strong sense of duty. I have figured out a way to transfer the other to someone else. I just want to know who will be interested because if you work with me, the responsibilities that you will have will be not only dangerous, but extremely important. It's a possibility that you won't be able to focus on your life goals as much. What do you have to say?
I do want to do good, more good than I have in the past. I just don't know if this other would give me what I need. My powers can go out of control at any time. It takes immense focus just to keep everyone here safe.
I can understand your concern. That actually makes a lot of sense. Uh, the other tends to make things a little bit more difficult when it comes to maintaining control at times. Uh, I also have connections with other people that might make that easier. Kitty, I know that you are a part of the Thieves Guild. I have connections with people. She says, "You do? That sounds like something I would be interested in." I don't know what accent this is, but y'all just gonna have to work with it. Would this be a procedure that would take away my identity, or uh, it's would it make it difficult for me to control my other powers? No, what the other will do is enhance the powers that you already have and give you eventually control of different spider abilities. I think our decision is made, Slate. I would like I don't want the person that takes these powers to be burdened by going out of control. Although the idea of a tunnel spider sounds pretty interesting. All right, so that choice has been made. So Slate, you can walk back out. You got Slate, Weapon L, and there's one guy left, the High Evolutionary. High Evolutionary decided to wait this long. We don't know why. You know, he could have picked anybody. His choice. He's obviously in charge of most of this, so he could have picked someone way earlier. He looks at you, Slate, and he looks at you, Weapon L, and he says, "Make your case."
Make my case.
Why should I choose you?
I know how your story ends.
Huh. Well, if you really know how my story ends, or if you know anything about the universe or time, you know that what you see in your future world is not necessarily what will happen in mine. And if you know how my story ends, you should know who ends up picking you then, don't you? Shouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I should, but
I could work with either one of you. I just want to know why you think you should be the one that is chosen.
Well, I've already said that I want to work with you, that I would work with you. I think the potential is there. Otherwise, somebody had to have seen what I can do or know something that I can do. I try to hide it as best as I can, but I think you could progress me. Your name implies evolution, and I need to be more than I am right now. At any given moment, if I lose control, a lot of people can get hurt. I don't even know I don't even know how dangerous I am.
Well, anyone that works with me will probably end up being the most powerful person in this room. You know what? I think I have some foresight as well. Weapon L, I choose Slate. Follow me, Slate.
enjoy.
You guys walk off into a room.
Pikachu, I choose Charmander.
You're not in the room, sir. So I don't know why you cracking random jokes to yourself. Uh, so Victoria looks at Weapon L and says, "How are you feeling?"
With my hands.
That sarcasm, is it because you feel bad about not being chosen, or I know that you want to be. I know that you want to be stronger.
I definitely want to be stronger, but parading around trying to make your case, I mean, it's not necessarily my thing. Getting stronger by any means necessary. It's an idea, but to be honest, everybody has their own agenda. Benefactors want to choose who they want to choose. It's fine. Whoever wants to choose me, I'm okay with. Because the one thing that I know is that anytime I'm dealt any type of cards, I know I can play them right. So to be honest, it doesn't really matter to me.
An interesting attitude. Look behind you. So you turn around,
Okay. All right.
and another door comes up. And as this gentleman steps through the door, you're reminded of the statue that was in the room when you first walked in to this building. Giant statue with a wide grin. And it's the same grin that is on this individual who was wearing a white suit with a bow tie, reddish hair, the widest, craziest grin in history. How you doing, Weapon L? My name's Arcade. And I got something that I think will help you get way stronger than you are now. You in?
Let's play the game.
And that will end the episode for today. Um, Next episode, we will actually start getting into the actual ranking up or exactly what the powers are going to be. But that's going to be told in the story, and obviously the ranking up will be done off screen. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We look forward to you being in there for our next episode.